Okay, so yeah, it seems like I'm like in control and blah 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 because I'm able to do a video, but I'm not really. This is just helping me get stuff out because I've no opportunity to talk to anyone. I have no opportunity to talk to anyone about this in any capacity, and I'm finding information in my files which I hadn't seen before because I've never gone through them as thoroughly as I am in terms of really trying to get to the bottom of and make sense of a lot of my mental health issues in order to get better and function as a normal, healthy individual and not have such fucked up friendships and relationships where I end up spending so much fucking time on my own because I'm so damaged and fucked up. Where people can't bear to be around me and don't want to spend time around me and stuff like that. And I've already worked really fucking hard, so fucking hard. I can't tell you how hard I've worked at trying to make myself better and deal with my issues. And one thing that really angers me is like the fact that if I was injecting fucking drugs or doing crystal meth or going to loads of chemsex parties or drinking loads of alcohol, had a drug problem, I'd get a lot more understanding and empathy. But I'm not because I know those things would be really bad for me. So I'm doing all I can not to do that and try and manage on my own. um, Albeit at the moment and the times I've had counselling and therapy and stuff like that. But this is about layers of stuff, this is about layers and uncovering a new layer of pain and hurt. And I know from doing my previous job, the fact that, trauma, abuse, neglect, pre like 6, 7 years old affects people for the whole of their fucking lives unless measures are taken. Now, I don't think as a child those measures were properly taken to heal that. And as a result, core messages that I run and affect my life, deeply affect my life, to the point where I'm isolated, I'm not having sex, I'm not interacting with people, I'm not dating, I'm not socialising, not working, really, to the point I'm waking up wanting to kill myself and not wanting to be here because I feel so damaged and fucked up. I really can't stress, and I'm not fucking whining, I'm not trying to whine or anything like that. So I'm going to read what I found here, which is new information to me. Okay, I didn't know that I had been abused. I knew I'd been neglected, but I had no idea that I'd been emotionally, physically, and mentally abused as well. So, when Mrs. Ailiff, this is my mum, and this is 1972, so I was 3 years old, was living at Molesley, facing the prospect of homelessness, there was repeated calls from neighbours evincing concern about Jeremy's continuing irregular hours up and out late, where health visitor was very concerned. GP concerned, saying we will have to consider whether this mother is fit to continue to look after her child. It took 2 years after that to take me into care. Frequent phone calls to social workers home late in the evening when worries divulged for any member of the family who answered. On the 14th of October 1972, after a phone call from my neighbour, I pointed out that all the behaviour had been asking for my notice that she was finding difficulty with coping with Jeremy. She did not want him to come into care. Eventually, because of homelessness, this was achieved. Although Mrs. Ailiff now chooses to see it as purely because she was homeless. During this period, she was over-disciplined Jeremy, and even on the day he went into nursery, having prepared him, she went on him about his inability to identify colours, which was quite unreasonable in a child of his age on that occasion. So I was 3 years fucking old. I was about to be taken away from my mum into a fucking home, into a nursery, and she's disciplining me. So what message do you think I got at 3 years old for that, eh? Because I couldn't get it right. I got taken away. 1973. Rehousing into temporary accommodation in Isha started further concern in that area. Mrs. Ailiff was frequently depressed. Again, irregular hours were reported for Jeremy. Was kept in his bedroom until midday with a dish of cereal left for his breakfast. On one occasion, he was not allowed to come down until his mother had finished her lengthy talk with me. Mrs. went on a lot. She would talk to people and I'd get ignored, you know. And when he cried a little, she went up and ordered him not to cry and started to smack him as I cried. And the total of this was 17 smacks by the time I got up there. So I was 4 years old, 4 years old, on my own, in my little bedroom, and I'm crying. And I get smacked repeatedly for that offence. So what fucking message do you think I got for that as a little child, huh? But I'm carrying as a fucking adult, but I want to fucking get rid of. This dominating of his thoughts to prevent him from crying was a common occurrence, and this happened a lot in front of health visitor and myself, and indeed members of the public. On the 4th of May, NSPCC called at the office and on Mrs. Ailiff regarding a complaint about a boy being out and about late at night. 29th of October 1973. Black eyes from a fall following a smack. Appointment made with clinic but not kept, and on the 1st of November 1973 the clinic doctor said that she had been concerned about the way the mother handled the child, almost sadistically. 6th of November. Eventually got child to GP, although the mother could not really understand that it was necessary, and he too expressed concern and felt situation needed watching. Report from a member of the public about child being hit around legs and face outside Price Right. 1974. Jeremy taken into care, showing no joy or pleasure. Oh really? What a fucking surprise. Does it say there why that might be? Any fucking compassion or empathy or understanding? No. Too quiet, unlike a normal 4-year-old. Into Demp's nursery, had been in New Malden and no toothpaste control. Okay. 15th of May. So I'm back, I think, now at home. Health visitor reported a cut lip when she visited school, and mother was surprised that social worker should refer to this the next day. During the visit, she felt Jeremy could not get away with pulling faces or being cheeky. Mother distraught during the presence of decorators at her house. Social worker found child sitting rigidly in an armchair. On 3 occasions took him to school. There was no evidence of any cooking, and neighbours expressed concern. 17th of July at New Malden. Row at 4 a.m. Jeremy screaming and screaming. Neighbours wanted to call RSPCA, but reported to social services knowing the family were known. October. Teacher reports no rapport with mother, who appears strange and does not seem aware of her responsibilities. It took their fucking time. 4th and 28th of November. Angry visits to social worker's office. Noise from interview room causing concern. However, when the social worker left the building, Mrs. Ailiff contritely waiting, asking for a lift if social worker was going towards Kingston. 29th of November. Child overnight in hospital at Guildford following a fall. Mother rushed to hospital to claim him causing minor havoc amongst staff. You know, I didn't know any of this until I read this files yesterday. I had no fucking idea, you know, and it really kind of explains a lot, really. She manipulated me as well when I was in the children's homes to respond in certain ways. And I've got to overcome this somehow. I've got to drill down to those messages I got and rewrite them as an adult, and not allow them to affect my life so fucking badly as it is. I used to be so fucking outgoing and extroverted and fun and sociable. Not anymore, I mean, and the fucking stress I put myself over with the body dysmorphia and shit like that, it's difficult. It really is. And anyone who reads their care files really needs to look at and understand that there's going to be stuff there that it's going to fucking trigger a lot of shit coming up in their lives, and it will help them make sense of maybe their behaviours and why they are the way they are. I mean, this to me has floored me, but I still forgive my mum. I forgave her a long time ago, but I'm forgiving her again. I'm having to forgive her again now. I'm finding out about this. Jesus Christ. If I'd known about that when she was alive, fuck knows what I would have done. But when she had cancer, I went to visit her in hospital. I looked after her. I took her food, before she was ill. I did a lot for her when I was about 15, 16, 17, 18. She died when I was 21, and I was working, and I was travelling all the way over from Egham to Kingston, which was a 2-hour journey after work, to see her in hospital and then coming back again. And I did all I could for her in her last days. And now I'm having to forgive her again. There you go.